Hello, so 20% of football players are left-footed. There have been so many greats who are left-footed. Goalkeepers, Jose Chilavert, Ederson is left-footed, even Lloris, Courtois. For Brazil, Branco, I remember his long run-up.
30 meter, recht voor het doel van Ettengoei. Branco slijpt de messen en kegelt die bal door de muur en een schitterende goal.
Roberto Carlos, of course, Frank de Boer for Holland, Hadji, Rivellino, going back, Rivaldo, Recoba, Adriano, Stoichkov, even further, Puskas, the Hungarian left-footed. Then you have people with really strong shots like Podolski, Hulk.
Галк, давай, выдай! Вот это да! Давай! Ну, гаси!
And you have some really skillful midfielders like Tardelli, Brian Robson, even players like Ozil, Shaqiri, Di Maria. There are more left-footed greats. Mario Kempes, Sinisa Mihailovic, Ryan Giggs, Bale, Maradona, Messi, Salah. There's something about a left-footed player. Left-footed players use a different side of the brain which is associated with creativity and emotion. So for example, there have been many artists. Leonardo da Vinci was left-footed, I think. Not left-footed, was left-handed. Picasso, Mozart, they were all left-handed. It's interesting that Messi and Salah, two left-footed players, they are actually right-handed. Today I'm going to give you some vocabulary to talk about being left-footed or right-footed, or both. Maybe you use both. And I'm going to look at the difference between British and American a little bit. So when we are describing left-footed players, maybe we use different language. You can describe left-footers as having a sweet left foot, not so much a right-footed player. Or they have a wand, like a magician's wand. They have a wand of a left foot. Or they have a hammer of a left foot, which we don't use so much for right-footed players, usually for left-footed players. There is something about the technique of a left-footed player, maybe because you don't see it so often, so it's surprising and it is a bit different to your eye, so it is more remarkable, more significant when you see left-footed players. In British English and American English, there are many differences, but today I'm going to look at one. So, when you have something in British English, usually you say you have got something. So, I have got black hair, I have got brown eyes, for example, I have got. So, he has got a great left foot. But in American, you wouldn't say that. You would say he has or I have. I have brown hair. I have brown eyes. He has a great left foot, for example. So the negative of this in British would be I haven't got, or he hasn't got. He hasn't got a great left foot, for example. He hasn't got a right foot, maybe when you're talking about a left-footed player. But in American, you use this auxiliary verb don't. I don't have, or he doesn't have a right foot, for example. Or you can say it like this, which is more emphasis. You can say, I've got no right foot. He's got no right foot, for example. When you ask a question, it becomes, have you got? Have you got a left foot? Have you got a right foot? Or has he got a right foot? The answer for Ian Robin, no, maybe. Or do you have in American? So these are the same meanings, but in British English, we use this I have got construction more, and in American English, you use have more. more, which is maybe a little bit simpler because in the past tense in British we don't say I hadn't got. We use I didn't have. I didn't have grey hair when I was younger, for example. You don't say I hadn't got grey hair, for example. Okay, some more vocabulary here about being left-footed or right-footed, and just using the be verb. He is left-footed, or I am a left-footer. I've heard some people say they are a lefty. So this is informal. Or usually with left-footed players, they are very one-footed. Right-footed players can use both feet, but left-footed players, not always, but usually they are very one-footed. You can say they are, or he is, all left peg. So peg is an informal word for leg, which, yeah, you say I've got no right peg, which means I cannot use my right foot. He's all left peg. It's informal language, informal British language. If somebody is very one-footed, you can say his weaker foot is just for standing on. So his right leg is just for standing on, which is a phrase in English. Or maybe he can use, or he can shoot with both feet. So note here, feet, not foot. And he is two-footed, not a two-footed tackle, but maybe he is two-footed. Ambipedal is the name. And there have been many footballers recently and in the past who can use both feet. Mason Greenwood is really good. He can use both feet really well. He can shoot with his right foot and his left foot really quickly. He can move it really quickly and shoot with both feet. Also Dembele is really, Ousmane Dembele, the Barcelona player.
Vous êtes droitier ou gaucher?
Gaucher.
Sûr, parce que vous marquez aussi de droit.
Ouais, je suis plus gaucher.
Et les pénaltys, vous les tirez pas du droit?
Si.
Pourquoi?
Parce que je tire mieux du droit.
Santi Cazorla for Arsenal, he would take free kicks with his left foot and then his right foot. Lubo Moravcik, who played for Celtic about 10-15 years ago, he would take free kicks with his left foot and his right foot. Glenn Hoddle, the old English player, he would do the same. There have been some players who have scored free kicks with their left foot and then right foot. Simone Verdi in the Italian league. Also the German player Andy Bremer. He scored penalties in the same match. One with his left foot, one with his right foot. So those players, they can use both feet. They can shoot with both feet. They are two-footed. Another English point here is the word ain't. So ain't is American. We don't use this so much in English, in British English, but you hear it more and more. People trying to be cool, they are influenced by American culture. And ain't is another word for any negative really. So am not, is not, are not, has not. So you might say he ain't left-footed, or he ain't got a left foot, or I ain't seen him, or he ain't cool.
And it describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But also in spoken English, you hear a lot of double negatives. So this is when you say, I haven't got no right foot. So it's a negative, I haven't got negative, no right foot, another negative. So in mathematics and in English, it should mean a positive. I haven't got no right foot means you have got a right foot. But people use this in spoken English all the time. They're trying to emphasize something. They might say, I haven't got no money, I haven't got no time, I ain't got no time. And this is a double negative. It's not great English, but in spoken English, people use it a lot. Okay, what foot do you use? Can you think of any other left-footed players that I did not mention? Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.